Someone who was giving us advice on how to go viral. And I'm like, all right, do I need this guy's advice? But no.
And these are from the U.S. consensus, so this is real stuff.
I feel like I'm getting exposed a little bit. I made it 2 weeks.
Only 2 weeks?
Only.
What's wrong with the youth?
I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with the youth.
We've never like staged just a clip to go viral.
This is our dream, bro. Like, if someone would have told me when you're 16, you and your best friend are flying out to do a podcast, I would be like, yeah. BS, bro.
I've been using Do Not Disturb a lot on my phone. You guys ever use that feature?
It depends. Yeah. Sometimes, though, when I'm going to text someone, it says Do Not Disturb. I'm like, oh, I don't even text them.
You know the notify them anyways? But
yeah. Oh, I spam that.
I always hit that, always.
It depends. If it's like urgent, like my mom's like at the grocery store and I'm like, I need like chicken or something, spam that.
So your mom uses Do Not Disturb?
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't have you on her favorites?
Is that a thing?
I think. I have my girlfriend on my favorites.
And it doesn't show Do Not Disturb?
It sends it straight through.
Mom.
I think it still shows Do Not Disturb maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
No, actually I turned that off for everybody. You can turn that off as well. So nobody knows I'm Do Not Disturb even when they text me.
Oh, I need. Are you?
Oh, I didn't know you could. I never use Do Not Disturb.
Really?
If somebody texts me, I just don't have red receipts on.
I see.
So you're never disturbed?
I'm never disturbed.
Got you. I like your shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. I've been using more graphic tees lately, but I'm wearing like a Japanese ramen noodle one. So
you know what's funny? I was like planning out a fit for this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. I was planning out a fit for the shoot. And I opened my suitcase this morning and I pull up my shirt, just a massive stain for no reason. I was like, all right, well, we're switching up. We're going with the black tee instead of the gray tee. It's all right. It is what it is.
I used to wear the gray tees, but my armpits sweat would show really easily.
No,
and that's embarrassing.
So many of my old white T-shirts have like, pit stains.
Yeah,
that's me with the wife. That's me with the wife beaters because I work out with them.
Nice.
It's bad, bro.
Yeah, in middle school I used to have the deodorant stains.
Dude, I had so many because like the dyed blue deodorant, the Old Spice blue deodorant, it would just stain my shirts.
Did that ever burn you, by the way?
I used to get like really itchy, and then I'd take a shower. After the shower, it'd like burn my armpits.
I had a red dot around my armpit one time from using Old Spice, and the internet revealed that it was happening to everybody.
To so many people.
My mom never let me use it.
Really? Good.
She never let me use it because there's like some metal in it or something like that, right? That like clogs your pores.
So, yeah, this is a travel podcast. We're in LA right now.
Let's go.
This is my first time in California. You guys had to fly down here from NoCal, so.
Yeah, we're from up Northern California, Redding, California. Shout out Redding. I don't know if they deserve anything, but no one knows, bro.
Are they paying you for this?
City of Redding, in my line.
Honestly, pay us. We need it. We need,
Yeah, it's just a quick hopper flight. Hour 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Not too bad. I'm down here all the time, so
they recently opened a flight from Reading directly into Burbank, so it's
nice.
Yeah, super cheap as well.
Yeah, it's great.
Kenneth and I, we flew from Orlando to Cleveland for a connecting flight, stayed in Cleveland for 5 hours, and then flew down to LA. So we did a full triangle.
Red eye, right?
How come it took you all the way to Cleveland? Why didn't it just?
It was the only flight that was available for the price we were looking for.
That makes sense.
That's it.
Yeah.
So what time did you land in Cleveland?
Midnight.
That's nuts.
And then you were up until 5, and then you left 5 and got here. What time did you arrive in LA?
We arrived here at 6 a.m., but it was a 4-hour flight because of the 3-hour time difference.
Yeah.
Got you.
So we traveled through time.
What was your Instagram story about?
What, Los Angeles 1, Brant 0?
Yeah.
We were homeless for an entire day in Los Angeles.
I DM'd you and saw that, and I didn't want to ask more details about it because I wanted you to just tell us on here.
So basically you fit in perfect with LA.
Yeah. Basically. But I was carrying all the podcast equipment around LA. So luggage.
So you had a lot of stuff.
Even wearing this is this is fake. This is like $20 from Kohl's.
Okay, very cool.
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, and I still felt like I might get robbed.
Yeah, but, I mean, having a bunch of equipment, it's scary. Yeah. We were scared walking from the parking garage to the building, even though it's like 1 minute with holding a camera.
Bro, because it's like when you're in LA, it'll be like, nice block. Feel like you're getting mugged.
Yes.
Nice block. So like coming down here, we're like, oh, it's nice. Ah, bro, this is going to be bad. And then it's like, got nice again. I mean, the studio's beautiful. I'm happy.
Yes, this is a beautiful studio.
I mean, look at this place.
It's crazy.
It's beautiful. It's huge. The pictures didn't do justice. This place
it made
is enormous.
It made it look a lot smaller on the pictures. I didn't realize it was this big.
So when Kenneth and I first got here, we were in our Uber and we were asking if LA was like somewhat dangerous. Like, nah. He's like, that's bullshit. Like, you're good. And he's like, just don't go on 7th Street. And okay, our Airbnb's on 7th Street. And then he goes, and don't go on Los Angeles Street. The studio's on Los Angeles Street. Like, there's a million streets here, and this guy says those two.
Oh
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Your Uber driver said this?
Yeah, and it was like a movie scene because I like looked up from the back seat, and I could just see his two eyes meeting my eyes, telling me what streets not to go down.
That is too good.
And then you're just pulling onto Los Angeles Street as he says, "Don't go on Los Angeles."
Did you feel
Street.
like you were in GTA when you got here?
Kinda, a little bit, but GTA is more fun.
Yeah.
Facts.
I was playing GTA last night. I had a good time.
Oh yeah, what's the whole like? People are living real lives in GTA. Like they're doing the full
role play thing.
The role play. Do you do that?
I don't, because it sucks. I don't have Wi-Fi at my house because we live so far out in like the woods that we don't have Wi-Fi access, which sucks. But I play games at my friend's houses.
Let's put it into perspective. Redding, California is 100,000 people. He lives in a neighboring town called Palisadro. Now, everything's 10 minutes no matter what.
I live 25 minutes out of town.
Yeah.
And there's so it would be like $250 a month for really shitty Wi-Fi. So my parents are like, we got like a new phone plan, so we just hotspot the TV and hotspot laptops and everything, so we can still do work.
It's like Swiss Family Robinson.
No, it sucks. Yeah, because I can't do any games.
So what do you do? Because my life is nothing but screens and Wi-Fi, is what I've realized.
Just friends' houses and coffee
Friends'
shops.
houses and coffee shops.
Yeah.
I do those two things, but then also the phone. So.
No, that's why I want to move out so bad, because I need to have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It sounds so 21st century saying like the reason I want to move out is so I can have the internet, but it's a big thing, especially when we work online. Like our whole thing is online.
So I have an intro for you guys. I kind of did like a cold opening, but
okay,
I would love to say an intro because, most viewers are going to know you guys, but some don't. Our guests today are reversing the stereotype of the youth. Gen Z has been made out to be a bad guy. They're here to prove you wrong. On their show, they interview the new generation of entrepreneurs, entertainers, athletes, influencers, and innovators, ranked the #1 teenage podcast in the world. It is JUVY.
Let's go.
Dude, that was an intro and a half.
That was a
feel like
fire.
superheroes.
I looked down
intro.
for a second and I lost all the words, bro.
I feel you.
And I took that straight from your guys' summary, by the
Yeah,
way.
I was gonna say, I was like, I feel like I've heard that before.
I was like, I think I actually wrote that. So Brent just stole what I wrote, but we appreciate you having us on here.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, it takes a lot of work to make these things happen. So shout out Brant
does.
and the Wet Slap team
Yeah,
for
it's
bringing
been
us
in
out.
the talks for a good few months, right?
Yeah, I had a guest on named Jaden Reichel.
Yeah.
You guys
Boy,
know him.
yeah.
He doesn't wear shoes.
Legend.
Ever. But he was on my podcast. He's like, oh, there's this amazing guys. I just went on their podcast, JUVY. So I looked at your clips and I was like, these guys are doing it the right way and they're doing amazing.
Thank
so
you.
I thought I would connect with you then. And then
Yeah.
about 6 to 8 months later, we're making this happen, which is great.
Yeah, it was back and forth for a while. That's usually how
Yeah.
the podcasting, especially we're across the continent.
Yeah.
It's pretty far. So.
Did you interview Jaden Reichel on Zoom or in person?
person.
He's in
Nice.
Florida.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Did he show up without shoes to the interview?
He didn't.
Okay.
But he took them off, I think, right away. Or no, he had
That's
shoes
so
on during my
funny.
interview, and he complained about it. He's like, I usually don't wear shoes.
It's like that one guy on TikTok. Have you seen that guy where he stands next to the person? He's like, how do you feel about going barefoot? Have you guys seen this
No,
guy?
I haven't seen that.
Okay, well now it sounds really weird.
It's so funny. For the last few days, he's said so many different like TikTokers or things going on in TikTok, and then no one knows what it is. Like, you're living under a rock, but he's the only one who's heard about it.
Maybe my For You page is just a little bit unique to me.
That's a super familiar quote now, though. You know that guy on TikTok? You know that girl on TikTok?
Oh,
Yeah, no, literally.
Any conversation
Dude,
that's happened.
I think I actually read an article. I don't remember when it was, or my dad told me, because my dad, he used to like be a hater on TikTok, and then he started seeing us make moves, and now he's coming around slowly. But he was reading something, and it was, I think it was maybe Forbes or someone released an article about like what the #1 conversation starter is, and for our generation, I think it's 10-year-olds, 25-year-olds. It's did you see that on TikTok? Did you see that on Instagram?
Literally. But so I saw this guy on TikTok. I saw this funny
yeah.
TikTok. It's
Exactly.
all comes back to that.
What's that podcast, Jumpers Jump podcast?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Dude, the beginning of every clip, I scrolled through their TikTok, almost every clip, the beginning is, have you heard about that conspiracy?
Yep.
Or did you know that this happened?
It's high energy too.
okay? Who is it with?
2 Canadian guys.
Maybe I don't know if I've seen it.
Yeah, they talk about conspiracy theories on like shows and like
Yeah.
event. They're like,
Oh, I think I do. I think I know. They've done like a bunch of Disney conspiracies and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay, I
yeah.
think I know what you're talking about.
You guys have spoken about YouTube short comments
Yes.
being a little negative.
Always.
Dude, I get the same energy on YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, and we get paragraphs
Yes.
because there's not like Well, I think there's a limit to how long the comment could be, but it's like 10 times longer than TikTok or Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So they write everything they feel in a whole essay.
Yeah.
Just every time. There's never not essay hate.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's an older audience, at least for my YouTube. And so they'll really write out a whole narrative and like they'll have a thesis statement and 3 reasons why.
Seriously.
And they'll separate it. It's pretty
and
crazy.
half of it's made up. Like I'm like, where did you hear this?
Yeah, we didn't even say what you
like
just said.
one came out as wasn't even talking about anything related to money, and someone goes, "Man, trust fund babies." I'm like, dog, what? Don't even know me.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to Everest. He does fitness content, and it's the same thing. It's paragraphs. It's not like this sucks. It's like this sucks, and here's why. And they just let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube Shorts are great though.
Yeah.
For
100%.
subscribers.
Yeah.
But I feel like they just look so bad on the feed.
So terrible.
So terrible.
Josh feels the same way about that.
I feel the exact same way. Our feed looks so bad because we release a video every week, but then a shorts every day. So it's
Smart.
video, shorts, video, and it just drowns out the videos, in my opinion. I feel like it just, I wish there was like a completely separate feed. I mean, you can do like videos, filter, like most popular short stuff like that. But on the initial feed, it just doesn't look good.
I always go straight to uploads. I have a question for you, Knight.
Yeah, shoot.
You drinking caffeine?
Yeah.
He's a caffeine
Are you
guy.
disappointed, bro? I made it 2 weeks.
Only 2 weeks?
Only.
That's a lot for him.
I have
That
a
was
question
big.
too. Did you drink caffeine?
Not today.
All right, bro. Yesterday?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That's what it is. It's pre-workout for the gym, bro.
Oh, okay.
So it's bettering my health.
But so just the gym.
No.
Today, just the gym.
Today, just
So
the gym.
so here's what I realized. If I drink too much caffeine, I actually get stressed about random things. So when I have like a big day in front of me, I try to I don't drink any caffeine after like 9 a.m.
Got you. So you're high energy. Does
Yeah.
caffeine do the opposite a little bit where it focuses you?
Yeah, if I don't necessarily get like hyper. I feel like I actually get like if I'm about to work, I actually will drink caffeine before. It just kind of zones me in.
So you know how Adderall is prescribed to people with ADHD?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird because when people without ADHD take Adderall, they're bouncing everywhere and they can't focus. When people do have ADHD and they take Adderall, it helps them
It
focus.
stimulates the
Interesting.
brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
It's
is very
such a
interesting.
weird,
That is weird.
polarizing
Yeah.
inverse.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I never drink caffeine. I only started drinking caffeine when I just got a job at a coffee shop. So then I had...
I don't know where I put the coffee. You gifted me some coffee. I appreciate
I did,
that.
yeah. Where is
How's-
it? Oh, yeah.
Right off camera.
Shout out Theory Coffee Company,
Right.
if that's allowed.
Not
If you
sponsored.
wouldn't mind bringing that.
Not sponsored though.
Are they gonna pay me?
No.
I don't give a fuck.
I'll see.
I don't care either way.
Theory, throw out boy, Brant, The Wire.
Yeah, world-class coffee roasters in my town. Love them so much. But I've been drinking iced Americanos. But I hope they don't see this. But
After we just you've been
shouted them
stealing
out.
American.
that's
ice?
but also on my interview.
You said this is real and raw podcast, right?
Real and raw.
All right.
Okay,
Josh,
so I'll
shoot,
be
get
real
to
and
him.
raw. On the job interview, so they take it very seriously who they hire because it's a really sought after job. And they were like, so after the whole interview, they asked me the most important question. They said, "Are you passionate about coffee?" And I said, "Yes." I love coffee. It's my favorite. I drink it every day. I don't drink coffee ever. I could not. I never ever drink coffee. But they're like, love to hear that. So I'm like, well, I'll learn to drink coffee. I'll learn to love coffee if it means I can get this job.
Do you love coffee now?
I don't love it, but I drink it and I'm learning to love it.
Are you liking the sweet stuff or the dry or like the black stuff?
Black.
Okay.
Yeah, I only drink black.
Yeah, I like the black stuff too.
Oh, I don't drink coffee. No coffee.
I only drink sweet caffeine.
Yeah.
Not the good stuff.
Oh,
like
okay.
Monster, Red Bull, Rain.
So it's a really bad.
Yeah.
yeah. It's the stuff that really messes you up.
It's caffeine mixed with 10 grams of sugar,
yeah.
Yeah.
which makes
or
it
more.
more energy.
Yeah.
So what's the go-to? Celsius, Alani?
All
What
right.
are we
It
going
depends.
for?
Are we going to the gym or are we going to work?
Both.
Gym go to is Ghost or Rain.
Okay.
Shout out. They said we had to be 18 to work with them, so you don't go by Rain. But
I'm 18.
huh?
I'm 18 though.
Yeah,
Do they
but
need us both to be 18?
You don't drink it.
I don't drink it.
And then if
Are you passionate about rain?
So passionate. Come on, Rain, give me a sponsor. I love you.
and then if it's like lifestyle, like I'm going to skate or I'm going to hang out and I just need a little boost, I go with the sugar-free Red Bull or just regular.
Okay. So this is a very general question.
All right, shoot.
How old are you guys?
16.
18.
How are you guys so far ahead so young? This show is doing numbers.
Yeah. My parents.
It's our
What do you
parents.
accredit to them?
My work ethic and everything. So both of our parents, we can dive into a little bit. They're both in the entertainment industry. So both of our moms are dancers. Both of our dads are actors. So my dad was in the entertainment industry for a long time. He was second generation over from Cuba, and then so his parents came over. He was the first to go to college, so he was kind of a waymaker for our family line. And
Went to a big college too.
Yeah, he went to Carnegie Mellon, which is a very big conservatory, which is like college for acting and dancing and musical theater or whatever. And so I think just growing up with parents that were kind of like the first ones to do it for our family name, and just seeing them not take no for an answer, I think just that being instilled in me at a very young age kind of gave me maybe a perspective not a lot of kids grow up with. Just seeing that, like, it's like if you want to make this happen, you literally can. That's just kind of what's been instilled in me since the beginning. And I think also just they let me fail when I was younger. And I think a lot of parents, it's like it's a sheltered thing. And I get having like morals. That makes sense, right? Yeah. But they let me fail as a kid. They let me do parkour and flips. By the time I was 7 years old, I cracked open my head 5 times. Just because like they weren't like helicopter parents. And I think so by the time I was 16, I knew how to, well, now I'm 16, maybe 15. I knew how to read a room, and I could go in and have a conversation with someone, because we would go to events and my parents would just let me talk to people. Like they just let me do that. And so I credit it to that. And
it's the same for you?
I'd say so, because my dad also an actor, my mum also a dancer, and now they actually own and run a conservatory of their own, which is really cool. And
but they don't have Wi-Fi.
They don't have Wi-Fi.
We have Wi-Fi.
They have Wi-Fi, and the school has Wi-Fi, which it helps.
Nice.
But yeah, the work ethic has definitely come through. Sorry?
It's a real thing. So in nursing, I learned about autonomy versus shame and doubt for children.
Yeah.
Where a lot of parents are helicopter parents, where they shame you and doubt you for doing wrong a lot, or not doing what they perceive as wrong or right. And you're supposed to give your children autonomy.
Definitely. That's how my parents were as well. Like if I wanted to try something, I've had, you can agree to this, I've had so many hobbies. And they've almost always been like, I like this for a month, I don't like it anymore, that's okay, let's try a new one. Like they've just always been so open to whatever I've wanted to try. They've been there to like help me try it, because that could be the thing that I love.
Yes.
So I think that's also been great. Like when we went into JUVY, I don't know, this might have been just for me, but I never felt like we were going to fail, because I never felt scared to fail. Because I was like, if we fail, then we tried. We're not going to get shamed for failing. So I never really felt like, oh, it's going to do bad, because I wasn't scared that it was going to do bad, or I wasn't scared of what was going to happen if it did bad. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And you guys have a passion for it. I can see it. So when you have a passion for something, you just know it's going to turn out in your favor in the end. Yeah. So you just know you'll roll with the punches and all that.
Yeah, for sure. I heard Gary Vee, and he put it a really good way. He was talking about, he said, there's a difference between fake self-esteem and actually instilling self-esteem in a kid. And it has to do with, he's like, kids are way smarter than people think. He's like, they actually understand when a parent is really proud of them and when a parent doesn't want to see them fail. And I never had the scared of seeing me fail from my parents. It was always like, they were proud of me if I failed. Like that was good. That was like a thing. And so like Josh said, going into this, as soon as I had the idea and I let my dad know, he's like, let's just make this happen. Yeah. And I was like, we'll like, we're gonna make it happen. And it was really no looking back after that.
Yeah.
So there had to be an indicator before that. Is there a podcast or someone you both look up to, or that threw you in the direction of starting a show?
Well, I mean, Nike can go into more of this because it happened to him, but the reason we started is because it came to him in a dream. Yeah. We had never talked about starting a podcast before this. We didn't have any dreams. We wanted to do other stuff in entertainment, but we never thought about podcast. And it came tonight in a dream that we had a podcast, and then that's pretty much why we started.
And it's funny because my name's Knight, and I have a lot of, so I grew up in a Christian household, and so I believe in prophetic, which is like, if it comes to you in a dream, it could actually mean something in real life. And so my whole childhood, I'd always have dreams, and then it would actually happen in real life. Yeah. And I was first, so I've bounced around in schools, out schools. I went to 5 different schools before I hit high school, not because I was bad or getting kicked out. I just never really found my group of people, and that's hard growing up. And so again, my parents let me move around, which a lot of parents wouldn't. And so I went into homeschool, out of homeschool, and it came to my first semester of high school, and I was around so many teenagers who they no future thinkers. Everyone was like, we're here for high school, we're gonna mess around, and then we'll figure it out after. And I was like, yo, does this have to be like how it is?
Yeah.
And so anyways, it came to the end of that semester, and I was like, bro, I can't do this. Like, this environment is killing me. Like, I was like, what am I doing? Like, I can't survive in this environment. And that's not me exaggerating how bad high school is. It just didn't work for me. And so
yeah, it was not your thing.
It came to the end of that semester, and I had a dream one night, and it was I never really shared the exact details, but here first on Wet Slap. It was me and Josh leaving a event in a car with our manager, and he goes, yeah, you guys just won an award for the #1 teenage podcast. And I was like, all right, like, bro, and we're like looking at each other and we're like proud. And I was like, damn, like, this is crazy. And in the dream, you know, you ever have a dream and you're like confused in the dream?
Yeah.
And so I asked him, I was like, wait, for what? And he's like, oh yeah, the #1 teenage podcast. And I was like, cool. Woke up the next morning and I was like, who's the #1 teenage podcast? And I looked up on Spotify, and there was like a few that were like teenage podcasts, but parents talking about teenagers. And I was like, bro, what? I was like, so we have 40-year-olds talking about teenagers. And I was like, oh, this is weird. So on my way to school with my dad, I was like, hey, like, I had this dream. This sounds like kind of weird. Like, I never thought to go into the entertainment, or like if you consider this entertainment industry, because that's what my parents did. And I was like, nah, like, I'm not doing that. Anyways, my dad's like, it's an interesting idea. Like keep thinking about it. So after that day at school, first day on the Christmas break of 2020, I called Josh. I was like, bro, this sounds like crazy. Just hear me out for a second. And I told him the dream, and he's like, dude, I think we should start that.
I didn't have a single doubt. I was like, it came to you in a dream, let's do it.
Just
Let's
clicked.
start.
And so we had that dream in December. We took all of January and February kind of prepping, like, what the hell is a podcast, bro? And then March, we launched, and every week since then.
So why Josh? Why call Josh?
Because he was in the dream.
Yeah, I was the one
you were in the dream.
Yeah.
And, I mean, a childhood best friend, and we'd always... You can tell them about our ventures as little kids. We were always entrepreneurial and starting ventures together.
Yeah, we one day we decided that the best thing to try and sell on a hot summer's day was going door to door and selling people cups of water.
Because it wasn't in their house.
Because, they didn't have it on their fridge. So we thought it would be so smart of us to be so entrepreneurial and be like, hey, we'll sell you this cup of water for $1 because I know you need it. But
it was failure.
Yeah, we didn't make any money. But we had a lot of little entrepreneurial... Ventures, you can say.
Yeah.
But this is definitely the one that's worked out.
Yeah.
I can kind of share with you guys that I had a group of friends that are still really close to me, but they never kind of understood what I was doing with social media. And what sucks is that kind of drew us apart. Yeah. And that's why Kenneth has enabled me in a lot of ways, and we're with each other all the time. We were in the B&B when we finally were not homeless, and he said to me, if you told me I'd be in downtown LA with you like a year ago, I would be like, why the fuck, or why, or what? Do you guys cuss?
I
for your brand?
We don't cuss on the episode
on
JUVY, but this is your show.
This is real and raw, man.
Gotcha. I'll try not to, but it comes out.
No,
I don't cuss. I cuss for like dramatic effect.
Yeah.
You got a hair on your nose, by the way.
Dude, I love you.
You know what's funny? We had that exact conversation on our way down here. We're
really?
Like, bro, if someone would have told me at 16, like, this is our dream, bro. Like, if someone would have told me when you're 16, you and your best friend are flying out to do a podcast, I would be like, BS, bro. Like, you're on something, because that's not happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sure enough.
There's a huge clip where you guys have the conversation about kids not being outside anymore.
Yeah.
And there's no like biker gangs and nobody's hanging outside. And that's all I did as a kid.
Yeah.
You guys share that as well? Like, you guys did that as a kid as well?
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, together.
Yeah. Because we grew up in, at one point we lived in the same neighborhood. We were neighbors.
We were door-to-door neighbors at one point.
Good.
And that was the best biker gang. It was like every kid in the neighborhood would be out. As soon as school was out, they'd be riding their bikes, they'd be at the park, they'd be playing soccer in the street. And now you don't see any of it.
Why? Why do you think that's happening?
Xboxes. Technology.
It's only fun for so long.
Yeah.
I feel.
It's just sad, because I feel like people are being raised more to not go outside as much.
Yeah.
And I feel like people are going to see this and be like, well, you guys are inside technology right now. But like, we're talking about younger kids who don't get the joy of having like a neighborhood group of friends.
Yeah.
And I think, it's sad not to see it.
I have this core memory as a kid where I lost, or I got the breath hit out. What's the term?
The wind knocked out of me.
The wind knocked out of me for the first time. And I was we called it the blacktop. And it's where we rode our bikes and like jumped over, the curb stops and all that. and I was out playing alone, and I ran into my handlebars super hard, got the wind knocked out of me, rolled over, and I didn't know what that meant. I just couldn't breathe, and I laid there for like 30, 45 seconds glaring at my house with my hand up. And I'm like a 6-year-old, like, this
reaching for the light.
Yeah. Like, Dad, where were you?
It's so dramatic.
Yeah.
Always.
Joe Rogan's what got me into podcasting.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I listen to him a lot.
Yeah.
But he has 3-hour episodes, which is insane.
And that's on my attention span.
Me,
Yeah.
yeah, no, me too. Me and my friend listened on a road trip. We listened to a 3-hour episode with Theo Von. Have you seen his episodes with Theo Von?
Yes. Yes.
That guy is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so...
His stand-up isn't that good, though.
I haven't seen his
Shots
stand-up.
fired.
But his podcast, he's so funny. But as soon as he does stand-up, he's way too generic with it.
I feel like, yeah. It's because he's so out of pocket on podcasts. He just says the most random stuff.
You know, man, I had a cousin once. And
It all starts...
cousin Joe.
It all starts with a cousin
Is it
joke.
real? I haven't heard this. Or is it just like, it's a bit?
It's what? That cousin Joe thing?
His
he,
stories.
He makes fake stories all the time. There's no way they're real.
No,
How do you
there's
feel
no
about
way.
How do you feel about podcasts doing that?
Fake stories? I'm all right with it.
We got a piece of advice just in the last few months of someone who was giving us advice on how to go viral. And
Okay.
I'm like, all right, do I need this guy's advice? But no, he's a great guy. We
cool
told
guy,
him we told
really
him on the
cool
call
guy.
we didn't agree. But what he was saying is that he thinks right now to go viral on the podcast, you have to record separate clips that are not in the actual show. How do you feel about that?
I mean, you can do it.
Like
but
staged clips.
It's not real. It's not the real
No,
conversation.
That's not what we're about
Yeah.
at all. Like, we've never wanted to do stuff where it's just a clip for content.
Yeah.
We want all of our stuff to come raw from an episode.
Now that doesn't mean that we don't plan certain sentence starters that we think are going to go viral. Or
No,
have
because
certain
if we didn't do
topics.
that, we'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
idiots.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone does that. I mean, you can obviously, when you're planning an episode of a podcast, you're like, okay, what would go well?
Right.
What would perform well? Because
Yeah.
that's just how it works. But no, we've never like staged just a clip to go viral.
I prepare good hooks for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a good hook for you guys. I just think it'll come out naturally. But when you do have good guests and good conversation, it just comes out naturally.
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure.
Yeah.
But is it in the back of your head when you're thinking it?
I'm in this weird spot where when I think about the talking points too much, I feel like I'm not in the conversation.
Yeah.
And then when I'm in the conversation too much, I forget to bring up really good stuff.
That's valid.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
no,
yeah.
that's true.
Are you guys, when you guys graduate
I'm
so
done.
are you graduated?
Yeah, I graduated 2 years ago. This
So when you
December.
guys start in the podcast uni,
Oh, I'm not going to university. I'm not going to college.
then what are you going to do with JUVY? You're going to have somebody take over? You guys going to always talk about the youth and
See,
build
this
them
is
up?
this is something we've been discussing, or something that's been on our mind for a little while, and we're not really sure. I think JUVY will grow with us, and I feel like the older we get, that's the age group we'll try and keep motivating. So when we're young adults, it will be for young adults, and I don't know, it depends. Even if we do keep motivating the youth, it's hard to tell, because right now we can motivate the youth well because we are the youth.
Yeah.
But it's hard to tell what we're going to do in the future.
This would be my thing. I think we've been at this 83 weeks yesterday, and so we've grown in 83 weeks bigger than we ever thought we would, and we've had opportunities that we ever thought we would, and the show has grown like we couldn't expect it. So I think the question of 3 to 5 years, I couldn't tell you. I have zero clue.
Yeah.
I think in a year, I think we want to continue to expand the brand and talk to more and more like bigger thought leaders and people that are actually affecting people in general. And I think people that influence the youth is the direction we're going to go.
Yeah.
So we always
Okay.
want to be in contact with people that are affecting the youth, and we want to affect the youth. But yeah, of course, in a few years, I'm going to be 20 years old. It's like, am I really part of the youth anymore?
Yeah. And it's funny because if you asked us almost 2 years ago where you think we'd be in 5 years, we would have said doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
Like going on a trip to record stuff and like being able to actually make profit from something we're doing. Like we would have expected to be doing that. We never expected to be doing it as soon as we are.
Yeah. What's wrong with the youth? Why does the youth get a bad rap, and what are you guys trying to change?
I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with the youth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's the stereotypes and the thought process around the youth.
Yeah.
I think as we've started to use the word misunderstood more and more, I actually don't know if it fully describes what I mean by misunderstood, because I think I feel like in a certain sense I'm misunderstood. Not everyone's going to always understand you. So what I mean by I think the youth is misunderstood is I think people don't take the time to ask real questions to the youth because they look straight over their heads.
Yeah.
And so it's like if you give us time to speak, sure, some of us are off goofing off. Like that's not who I'm talking about. But if people follow trends, people follow what is quote unquote cool.
Yeah.
So why don't we look at Gen Z as a generation who is innovative? Why are we always just putting the bad spotlight on them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there anything wrong with them? Sure. And there's something wrong with every other generation.
Yeah. Yeah, because we have a clip that we talked about once. A lot of teenagers right now, especially in high school, they live just for the moment. They live from morning until night. That's what they're like. Their only living period in their mind is waking up and going to bed. They're not thinking about what they could be doing to live for the rest of their life, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So they'll go out and party and have their fun, and they'll enjoy it for that night. They'll wake up in the morning and they'll feel terrible. They didn't live for the next day. They just lived for that moment.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that a lot of Gen Z struggles with, is realizing that they should be living for the next day instead of the day that they're in, if that makes sense.
People don't have a passion. People don't find a passion sometimes, and some people don't care about finding passion. And that's why when you said that you've tried so many different things already and done it for a month, and you're like, that's not it, that's not it, that's not it. That's so good, because I can't do things if I don't have passion about it. And that's why I enjoy doing the podcast, because I've developed a passion for this. I do medical school because I kind of have a passion for that. I'll say that. I hate saying kind of passion. That makes no sense. If you have passion for something,
it's passion.
You'll mean it. And also I want a degree to where I can talk to like medical professionals and be like somewhat serious with them.
Yeah.
Like Joe Rogan gets a lot of hate for talking to medical professionals and him not being a doctor and him saying things and fact checking things. Like, why are you saying something? You don't have a degree.
Yeah.
You know, we get that all the time. Why would I ever listen to teenagers? And I don't think it's about the experience we have. I think it's about the perspective that we have. So it's like someone that's 25 can't actually have the same perspective as me because they're not living as a 16-year-old in 2022. So it's not that we have gone around and learned all these crazy things and we're going to tell you something that no one's ever told you, but everyone has their unique perspective. That's different than living out of experiences.
Yeah. Like we get lots of comments. I don't know. We haven't got them in a little while, but we used to get lots of comments from mums being like, don't tell me how to parent my kids. Or just saying some really horrible stuff, even though we're not trying to teach people how to parent their kids. We're trying to inspire the kids themselves to notice what they're capable of. Mm-hmm. Like, we're not trying to come at the parents and be like, hey, do this better. We're trying to say that to the children.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, to people of our age, not the children.
Sometimes people take words and way too serious.
Seriously.
Like if I sat down and talked for you guys for 10 hours, I'd eventually say something that everybody would dislike.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why I say take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm not right or wrong. It's an opinion. That's another thing that people get wrong every single day. It's like, I want you to comment and let me know your opinion. That's why I'm speaking behind a mic about my opinion. It's not for you to agree with me.
No, we make it super clear as well. We always make sure if there's something controversial that we say, this is our opinion. It's not fact.
It's like
we agree that we might not be right. But
we talked about this a while ago. It's like if you go into every single conversation wanting to be right and prove the other person wrong, you're never gonna learn anything, bro. It's being open-minded.
But for what we're doing, people like Andrew Tate and Sneeko, those guys who state their opinions as facts.
Yeah.
Do you think they're being real, or do you think they're doing this just to blow up out of proportion?
Tate?
Yeah. Is he real?
I think he's just how he is.
And he is who he actually is, or is he just trying to blow up?
No, I think he is who he actually is.
Interesting.
I think he's just that eccentric billionaire on that mega yacht, just who genuinely is who he is.
I don't think he's as grounded as people think he is, though.
By grounded, what do you mean?
I don't think he actually has everything figured out. No one does.
No one does.
But of course, it draws attention when you go into a situation being like, "I'm right, you're wrong," bro. That catches everyone's ears. So that's a great PR stunt. But I don't think he has the world figured out as maybe he portrays it.
Mm-hmm. No, but he does believe that he's right in everything he says.
I couldn't tell you that. I have no clue.
I feel like when he says something, he's not saying it just to make people mad. I think that's actually how he feels.
Yeah. And there's hidden truth in what he says too.
Yeah.
Of course.
But then he says some things where I'm like, Andrew.
This is how I feel
come
about
on.
being a Kanye fan.
Yeah.
It's like I love to hate Kanye. I mean, I hate to love Kanye because it's like, can I say I'm a Kanye fan? Because does that mean I agree with everything he says? There's no way, bro. I can't.
No.
Do I love Kanye and he's
Yeah.
one of my top inspirations? Yes.
We were watching Kanye West on Joe Rogan the other night.
Where he just stops and prays.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you good, bro? Like what?
Well, Kanye stopped and like looked away for a moment, and it got a little weird live on the podcast and showed Joe Rogan. You could see in his expression, he like moved away from the mic. He was like, he's like, is this guy okay? And he looked at Jamie real quick and like looked back at Kanye. Sitting across from Kanye West, do you want to meet your idols?
100%.
You do?
Yeah.
There's some people that I don't want.
What if he ruins it for you? Do you think he
I
will?
don't think he will because I don't put my faith in Kanye West.
Okay.
Like I don't go, if anyone comes into like, do you agree with everything Kanye says? There's no way. I don't think there's another person on the planet where I agree with everything they say. Do I take inspiration from how innovative he is and how different he is? Of course. Do I want to meet him? Of course, bro. The IG post would go insane. Me and Kanye West. But I've said it since day one. I will work with Kanye West in my lifetime. 100%.
I mean, I get that 'cause Kanye, he's like your guy. There is some people who I just wouldn't want to meet. People that I like really look up to, who I feel like I'd meet them, and then they'd either be just like so different, or I just wouldn't like them as much.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of super young people who watch movies, they see an actor. This is what girls do a lot.
Yeah.
You know how
Yeah.
they obsess over different actors. Like, that's not who they actually are.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Like,
Tom Holland, I want to marry you. You've never met the guy.
Is Tom Holland athletic?
I mean, probably after Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was watching the Sidemen. Do you watch the charity match yesterday? YouTuber Sidemen?
No, I didn't.
You see some of those guys out there. I'm like, bro, you do not look athletic. Like Mr. Beast running on the field to play
Oh.
soccer. I'm like, yo,
'Cause do you-
he has a bench press in his room and he's running like he's never run before. No, hey, Mr. Beast, I love you, but bro, he was like waddling on the field. I'm like, okay.
His morning routine's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
you
rolls out of
see-
bed,
yeah.
works out.
Do you think
showers.
that's real?
I don't know. I think morning routines are fake because every morning for me is different.
Yeah,
Oh,
same.
yeah.
There's
Like-
no morning that's the same.
They
for
like
me.
set up their
Never.
camera and you see them getting out of bed. I'm like, are you fake sleeping? Like you didn't act, like
Yeah,
that
they
GoPro.
roll out of bed with gelled hair, and it's like, well, what are you trying to
They
portray?
record their alarm going off, and
I'm
you
like-
knew they set an alarm for earlier to set up the camera.
Exactly.
Yeah,
then
they went.
laid
Yeah,
and waited.
everyone knows they're recording this 6 a.m. clip at 12 o'clock in the morning. Like, there's no, they're recording that at midday. There's no way they just woke up.
Yeah.
What time do you guys wake up?
Like 6:37.
That's early.
Yeah, I'm an early riser.
Are you-
6:37 on the dot.
Oh no, I'm at 6:30. But also I go to bed at around 9:30, 10.
Yeah, he
Good
goes
for
to bed
you.
early. Yeah,
It's just I know how my brain works, bro. Like I don't work late at night. And did you guys watch the Joe Rogan with the sleep therapy guy?
Yeah,
The
a long time
sleep
ago.
expert? I was watching that and I was like, bro, if it means getting 10 hours of sleep and I'm gonna live 10 years longer, I'm going to bed at 10 o'clock. Like
Mhm.
it doesn't bother me. And also I get my stuff done so early in the day. I just know that's when I work. I know some people late at night, 2, 3 a.m., that's their creative hours.
Yeah.
Me, it's as soon as I get after the gym. Like before here today, I had to go to the gym. I'm like, that's just how I get my mind right for a good day.
How do you get tired at 9:30?
Because I'm up that early. And
he's always gotten tired early.
but I'm also just, when I'm up working, I'm up working. I just eliminate the distractions. And so it's just like, I'm tired.
Yeah,
Too.
like I can put money on this. There was not a single sleepover as a kid where he wasn't asleep at 9 o'clock.
Okay, bro. I was not asleep at 9 o'clock.
Dude,
That was
most-
me. I'm always the first person
Asleep.
asleep.
All right.
We
at
couldn't-
sleepovers.
I don't think we've ever finished a movie together at a sleepover before. Not
I'm
once.
not a
He's
movie
asleep
guy.
in the movie. He
got a hair
he
in my
finishes
mouth.
it.
Did they
I'm-
ever prank you?
Yeah, I got
Did we
pranked at
prank
like
you?
one sleepover. It wasn't with you, though. Bro, I'm going to throw hands if you prank me when I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm not about that. That's not funny to me.
Same. Plus, when you wake up like from a dead sleep, you're more about it. You know, you're like, you don't even
Yeah.
care if you're my
No.
best friend for years. I will hit you.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing, though. I sleep talk and sleep act every time
Oh,
the camera.
no.
So it's like random things. We're like,
#1 podcast in the world. The world.
I'll remember sort of what I'm saying, but I'm also saying stuff like, what? So just the other day, I went to sleep before them, and Everett's coming in the room, and I sit up out of bed, and I'm like, bro, you've been looking around for 7 minutes. And like in my head, I thought I was making a joke,
Yeah.
but it wasn't landing, like it wasn't funny. And I don't remember what you said. What did you say after? Oh, he's like, yeah, I just got in here. And I was like, bro, you just woke me up, and I just went straight back to sleep.
I woke up one sleepover at like 4:30 a.m. with like conditioner in my hair.
Oh, I'd
bro.
be furious.
Yeah. So I just jumped straight in the shower and made a good day out of it. Like
Yeah.
ready for the day.
I'm so like particular about hygiene. Like
Yes.
every single night, if I don't have time to shower, I will literally sit on the counter, put my feet in the sink, and wash my feet. 'Cause my feet need to be clean when I'm sleeping. My hands need to be clean before I touch my
can
sheets
vouch,
or my
this is real.
pillowcase. I need to always wash my face. When I'm so particular. I can't touch anything with dirty hands.
Do you wear gloves when you eat?
I don't wear gloves when I eat, but I should.
I've
because
seen
that's
that before.
smart.
Do you think you're OCD a little bit?
A little bit with
Little bit?
certain things. Yeah.
OCD people are very successful.
Hell yeah.
Well, what's weird is some people
Yes,
with
and I'm
OCD,
super OCD.
some people with OCD are very disorganized, and it's the exact opposite, which is
Yeah.
weird. Are you disorganized?
I'm
no,
not
not
disorganized.
really.
Oh,
That's-
okay.
that's
No,
a joke.
this is what my room is like. I'll clean it really thoroughly, and then for like 3 days I'll keep it clean, and then my laundry will start to pile up, and they'll be messy for about 4 days, and then I'll clean it, and then I'll
but
restart the schedule.
But you're not like a strict like Google Calendar guy.
I actually just started
Oh, okay. Well,
calendaring.
before this.
Before that, no, I would never put stuff on my calendar. I would just
Do you
say
have
like,
a
I'll
to-do
remember
list?
it. I don't have a to-do list.
every day, most of the time. I do the notes like checkbox thing. That's
Yeah.
how my brain works. It's like check it off, it's
Yeah.
done. I don't think about it.
Ever since I started my new job, which was very recently, I've been more punctual.
Yeah.
Should I tell my first day story?
You know that you
Oh,
didn't tell me
no.
this, but I heard about it.
Have I not told you my first day
No,
story?
but I heard about it.
Dude, it was bad. It was
happened?
really bad. Okay, so this is genuinely my most embarrassing moment.
Hold on, can I ask you this real quick?
Yeah.
Can we spill the tea on the pod?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me?
I thought I told you.
No, I heard from friends.
Really?
Yep.
Who told you? Did Ben tell you?
Yep.
I thought I told you. Dude, I swear I meant to tell you.
No, and I wasn't gonna bring it up because I was like, oh, he like it's probably like sore. So
Is it bad?
It's embarrassing, dude. Okay, so
What is it?
okay, so I was supposed to start. I was supposed to start my first day of work. I was so excited. For like the 2 days before that, I was like, yes, I got to start. I'm so ready. I was supposed to get there at 9, so I set alarms every 10 minutes from 7 until 8. So I was like, I will wake up. There's no way I won't wake up. I slept through my alarms, all of them, every single one. I slept through them. I wake up at 9:52. I'm like, fuck, what do I do?
And what time did the shift start?
9. So I was like, okay, well, my manager texted me at 9:12. He's like, hey, I'm upstairs. Whenever you're ready, just come up. And I was like, okay. And then he texted me again at 9:40 something. He's like, hey, we really value punctuality here at Theory. We'll have to cancel your day today and get you rescheduled in some other time. And then like a bunch of periods. You know, when they put periods in, they're mad. And then he's like the nicest guy
So
on
every
earth.
sentence just ended with a period.
Yeah. And
some scary stuff.
he's an exclamation mark typer.
Ooh.
So it was rough to see that. I wake up at 9:52. I'm like, shit, what do I do? My brain was still foggy because I just woke up.
You're gonna tell them
So-
what really happened.
Yeah. I come up with a bogus excuse. I say, hey Nick, so sorry. I had to rush my dog to the vet, and my vet is like 20 minutes from my house, and there's no service or Wi-Fi there, so I couldn't text you. I'm so sorry. Then I was like, then I called my girlfriend. I was like, why did I do this? Why did I do that? Like, why did I do that?
Oh,
and she's like, why didn't you just tell him you slept in? That's like respectable. And I was like,
No, it's okay. That's not respectable.
no, but compared to telling them
Oh, yeah.
I took my dog to the vet,
Did you claim that you have no Wi-Fi just to make sure that your theory boss knew you weren't lying?
Oh no, he actually doesn't have Wi-Fi.
I actually don't have
But he
Wi-Fi.
has cell service.
But I have cell service, which is great.
Finish the
so
story before
I-
we get canceled.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, shoot. And so I got ready, and I was like, I just need to drive down there and apologize. So being the bigger man, after being the smallest man on earth, I drive down to my work, and I run upstairs. I'm like, hey guys, first of all, the boss goes, how's your dog? And I go, I'm going to be honest with you. I made it up. Like, in the heat of waking up and being exhausted, I came up with a bogus excuse. I didn't want to lose my job on the first day. And then obviously they were like super chill about it because they're the nicest guys. But then they gave me the whole like, you have to rely on us. We have to rely on you. Like, we don't want this to happen again. I was like, I promise it will never
So
happen
lesson
again.
learned.
So lesson learned. Now, whenever I see my boss, he asks me how my dog is. which is so embarrassing.
Does he ask if you're actually passionate about coffee as well?
Thankfully, he hasn't.
That's funny.
Yeah, now I am a Google Calendar guru. I will never let it happen again.
Oh, this is too good.
Having a schedule helps with like other hobbies and stuff. So having like a set schedule for a job or for day trading or for school helps with me being on schedule with everything else.
Yeah.
So if I'm constantly not worried, but thinking about how I have school tomorrow, I'll get my work done today. If I didn't have school tomorrow, I'm more likely to procrastinate and be like, I'll just edit videos in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've gotten, especially with JUVY, I've just gotten in so much of a rhythm where it's like there's no time to procrastinate. It's like just get it done now. And then because the thing is with me, if I don't get it done, it's just in the back of my head, just over and over. Like you gotta get that done. You gotta get that done. That's why I wake up early because I don't want to be thinking at 6 o'clock. Oh, I still gotta do that. I'm just getting it done in the morning.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Work.
Yeah.
I love it.
Work is fun.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't like being bored.
Same.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like movies.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't like movies.
Why?
Because your dad's an actor.
That's the thing.
But like he passed me down the movie genes.
No, it's just because your dad's always watching stuff.
I mean, it's because I grew up with it.
Yeah, maybe. But I grew up with it too, and I love movies.
Yeah.
It's you don't have the attention span for movies.
I hate to say it, I'm just more of a YouTube guy.
Same.
Dude, I'm more of a
Same.
YouTube guy than movie guy, but I still love movies.
It just feels weird saying that because it feels like so like I don't know. It just feels.
I think
weird.
most people nowadays are YouTube guys. Oh no, that's not true. Actually, I take that back completely.
I mean, okay, well, if you think about like the numbers of it, YouTube does more numbers than platforms like Netflix. But would people say that they prefer YouTube? Probably not.
When I get home from the gym and I'm eating like my post-workout meal and I'm holding my iPhone watching like a YouTube video,
dude,
I'm like, I'm just a grown iPad kid.
I'm such an iPad kid. My girlfriend gives me crap for it all the time because I don't eat without a YouTube video. I can't.
It's
because why would I sit and eat and be bored when I could be enjoying a video and enjoying my food?
Yes.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
But it's an addiction, bro. It's an attention span thing.
Completely.
Like
I agree.
Like my dad, like, okay, here's the thing. It's like my dad will listen to like a podcast or something while he's eating, but me, like, when I'm planning my meal, I'm planning what YouTube video I'm going to watch. Like,
Seriously.
that sounds stupid, bro. It sounds stupid.
Okay, I'm kind of embarrassed by this. I don't get into the shower until I found a video to put on while I'm in the shower.
Okay, what?
How do you watch the video in the shower?
So I got a shower rack. I have a whole setup. I've been cutting down on this because I'm like, this is bad. But I've got a shower rack. And I put like a little hand towel in there to prop my phone up so it stays dry. And then I press play and I watch in the shower.
Have you ever watched me in the shower?
It's actually all I watch in the shower.
Just wet slap. Okay, I have to ask this. And you've probably answered this before. Yeah. Now I'm turning into a podcast host on you. Mm-hmm. Why the name Wet Slap?
Yeah.
So I had a dream once. No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to say, bro.
If Wet Slap came to you in a dream, I don't know what type of dream that was.
So I wanted to start a podcast before I knew the name. Like my friends and we would call things slap wet when something was really cool. It was like our thing.
Like a little friend lingo type thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, slap wet. The Brant Lincoln podcast. No. That doesn't work. Maybe the Brant Lincoln experience. No.
Because it's like you're not famous, so no one like.
Yeah.
Like no one. That's what we.
That's
were
why
like,
it was hard for
we're
us.
Not gonna put our name. Like no one knows this. No one knows who we are, bro.
Yeah. And then I thought of the wet slap, and it leaves a mark, right?
Yeah.
So
you remember the
mission
name.
statement with the name.
Yeah.
And the name is weird. It's a little provocative. It makes you question like the wet slap.
Do you have Spotify?
Yeah.
You want to go on your computer right now and look up what happens if you do wet space slap. Look what comes up first. Because I was doing some research. I was like, I'm gonna listen a little bit. I've watched the YouTube videos.
Slap.
Let me know, what's the first thing that comes up?
The wet slap.
Okay, well.
Oh, it's probably because it's on your search.
Here.
But
I'll
yeah.
pass you my phone.
Yeah.
I want you to read this for the people real fast.
A different podcast comes up, but it's very different.
Here, pass the phone. Top 2.
Is it the wet slap of shame?
Top 2 shows?
No, it's this.
Top 2 shows. Just read the title out for me.
Sex with a very wet MILF. Hot, sexy MILF sex. What?
You didn't know
From
this?
the Smut
And then
podcast.
there's the wet slap below.
Yeah.
How do they have more engagement than me?
Sex with a very wet MILF.
Can I play
It's
it?
horrible.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have explicit on Spotify. I might let you run it.
Yep.
How good is
Wow.
that, though?
Wow. I need to get my SEO up, you know?
It's the title, and then the caption is "Lots of fun with this babe."
Nice.
So is it just noises of what?
I'm gonna
You know what I mean?
assume. I'm gonna assume.
It's ASMR.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh my
I
God.
feel like you needed to
horrible.
know that. You needed to know that that's
No, I'm so happy you brought that up.
okay. Good.
Yeah.
Because that's my second show. I actually do
Oh.
that. As well.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Brant on the low.
Yeah.
So I want to do this segment with you guys.
Okay.
We're ready.
I'll tell you the name first, and then I'll explain the rules. It's called Teenager Stat or Teenager Cap.
Okay.
I'm going to read stats out. You guys let me know if it's stat or it's cap.
Cool.
Okay, so these are. Oh, all right. I'm
Okay.
ready.
I'm excited for
Let's.
this.
I feel like we should go. Should we go back and forth?
We'll deliberate
All right,
and then we'll make
deliberate.
an
All
answer.
right. All right.
The unemployment rate for teenagers ages 16 to 19 years old is 50.4%.
I think that's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
Are
That's true.
we
That's
locking
true.
in with
Stat.
that?
That's stat.
Stat.
Cap.
Fuck.
It's only 10.4%.
No way.
90% of 16 to 19-year-olds have
What?
jobs.
For real?
Bro, my other 16-year-old friends do not have jobs.
Crazy.
Actually, all of my friends have jobs.
Okay, but you're older.
16 to
still
19.
below
Oh,
19.
Facts.
So maybe all your friends are about to get jobs right
Facts.
now. 90% of them to be
Okay.
exact.
How's that possible? Kids in high school just working after.
That's
See,
crazy.
what's weird is I've never had a normal job in my life. Like I've
Well,
always.
you do have a job.
Yeah, but it's like I work for myself.
I wonder how many of these people nowadays,
Yeah.
16 and 19-year-olds, are doing like
Self-employed.
self-employed.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You know,
Wow, that
so-
surprised me.
All right.
Because if you were asked,
90%.
you would say you work, right?
Yeah.
Or would you say no?
I would say yeah. I would say I'm
Right.
employed by myself.
Yeah, employed by myself.
Or the more popular term, self-employed.
I like to switch it up. So.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so that's you guys are 0 for 1.
All right,
Okay.
Shoot, bro.
Dang.
18 to 34-year-olds play more video games than people under the age of 18.
Hold on. Let's think about this one.
Yeah, no, we need to think. Because
Bro,
do
they-
video games count as like Fruit Ninja for 4-year-olds on iPads?
No, but I'm thinking like people that like play like World of Warcraft and weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that's like an older. That's like.
I feel like
20-year-olds.
if it's console or PC, it has to be true.
I'll give you guys a little more information. It's an 18% difference too, so there's quite a gap.
Okay.
There's
Bro,
quite a gap.
I
I
as
think
well.
it's
under.
true.
No, I don't. Bro, think about how many kids play Fortnite.
I know, but then also think about people that have grown up with like Call of Duty and all of those games that
No,
are now
it's
in their
true.
30s
It's
that
true.
play every single day.
What do you think? We can answer differently.
Oh.
True.
Yeah. I'll go with stat.
You're gonna go with that?
I'll go with stat.
Can you read it one more time?
18 to 34-year-olds play more video games than people under the age of 18,
Oh, do I go with stat?
and
No,
this is by
I'm-
more than 18%.
Oh, but I feel like more
I'm going
people
with
have
cap.
jobs.
I'm going with cap.
Is this hourly or like, what's the?
We don't get all the details. I'm going with stat. I mean cap.
Cap?
I think it's under 18.
What are you locking in at?
I'm gonna stick with stat. It was my initial guess.
So it is stat. 18
Yes.
to 34-year-olds are responsible for 38% of video game distribution compared to people under 18 years
Dude,
consuming
that's
20%.
crazy.
But like every high school kid plays video games.
Yeah.
But those high school kids are the high school kids that were in high school that played video games
Yeah,
are
that-
still
no,
doing it.
still playing video
But
games.
Fortnite.
I know.
All right.
True.
I'm
Think about
losing
like,
this.
I mean, most Fortnite YouTubers are in their late 20s.
Right.
It's valid. Yeah.
And these are from the U.S. consensus, so this is real stuff.
Wow.
This is real juicy stuff.
I like this game.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm getting exposed a little bit.
Oh for 2.
Do I deserve a teenage
Oh, 1 for
podcast?
Yeah, this is showing who's the lead teenager.
I picked the ones that were very like polarizing, and I was like,
Like confusing.
Yeah.
All right. So far it's 2 stats.
No, Kaplan stat.
there's 1 cap and 1 stat, so we're
Yeah.
still.
All right, I'm
in
trying to
the-
figure out the pattern here.
When it comes to major threats to their generation, according to American teenagers in 2021, 6 in 10 American teenagers believe political division is the largest major threat.
Wait.
Oh,
Okay, that
okay.
was a lot of
So
information.
6 out of 10 teenagers believe that political division is the
Where's this
most-
question getting
the biggest
asked?
threat.
Like, is it like a across America poll?
General consensus. So they probably asked quite a few teenagers, and then went with that.
That politics are number 1 division of our.
Political
Yeah.
division is the number 1 threat.
6 in 10 say that.
I'm gonna say I don't feel like that's true. I don't feel like our age would say that. We're gonna say other things. That I'm not gonna-
I don't know now though. Now that like
It's true.
now
Wait,
that
what
They're
was
exposed.
What was the age
Yeah.
range?
Let's see. It just says American teenagers.
Okay, my thought process goes to the LGBTQ community,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
True.
massive.
Very,
and I feel like they
yeah.
have like there's a lot of political stuff that goes along with that.
It's true, but then you also think if you're like asking high school students, there's school. I don't want to say the full word just because I don't want to get clipped or something weird.
Yeah, that was one of the
options that they had.
It was up there. That I read it.
I don't know, dude.
I want to say stat 3. If I'm doing 3 stats, I think I have to go 3 stats.
If we were gonna ask our friends, do you think that's what they would say?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's cap. I'm saying it's cap. I'm just standing with my thing.
Oh, I don't know.
It's
I don't
quick
know.
fire.
Sorry, Knight. It
Oh
is
my God.
stat.
Fucking off this, bro.
6 in 10 American teenagers believe political division is the largest major threat.
All right,
to
here's the thing:
society.
is like if someone were to ask me, I would probably say that, but I don't feel like majority would.
Right.
Politics wouldn't even come to my mind
Yeah.
about threats.
Bro,
would
I am
be like
suck at
war
this
or something.
game.
But the school blank word,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
that was up there as well.
like,
That was the first thing that
I
came
feel
to
like
my
if you were
mind.
to ask like high school students and like relative to now,
Yeah.
I would.
yeah.
All right, how many more do we have? Can I make a comeback?
You got, I think, 4.
Oh, I can make a
Oh,
comeback.
so you can come back.
You can get to above 50%.
All right, it's like my school grades.
If you turn this in, Knight,
Yeah.
you'll pass, but barely.
Okay.
That was all my teachers told me.
More teenage males report being bullied and cyberbullied compared to teenage females.
Cap.
More
More
teenage
males
males got cyberbullied than
No,
females?
claim. Right? They come out. They say something about it.
More teenage males report being bullied and cyberbullied compared to teenage females.
Bro, teenage girls are mean.
They're so
like
mean.
they come after each other, bro.
But
There's
then
so many.
think of
Bro, but
Xbox chat.
I don't think they're counting. Bro, but no dude is going and exposing their Xbox chat.
No, but they'd admit that they got
but
bullied.
to say something about it is different.
Oh, this is tough. This
Bro,
is the hardest one yet.
Here's the thing: is I feel like I think
Everyone
I
gets
feel like
bullied.
teenage girls are meaner than teenage dudes because dudes don't hold grudges. Most of the time, we just move on.
Yeah.
But
But
would
girls-
would
Bro.
girls admit that they're being hurt by other girls?
I would say yeah. I'm going.
in a room with just the consensus person, probably.
I'm saying
Yeah.
cap. I'm saying cap. I'm gonna get it wrong because I can see his face, bro.
What are you looking at?
He's smiling because I'm getting it wrong.
I don't know. I'll go with cap as well.
Cap.
Oh, okay,
Alright.
good. Okay.
25.5% females report being bullied at school, and only 19% of males report being bullied.
That's so sad.
23% of females report being cyberbullied, and only 7% of males report being cyberbullied.
I guess because all males cyberbully everyone, so they don't admit
It's
that they
just
got
roasting.
cyberbullied
Yeah,
themselves.
facts.
In the Xbox chat,
Yeah.
But like
It's
girls
roast-
go
yeah,
after you,
girls
like your
do.
personality, bro. They destroy it.
they make fake
Dude.
accounts.
I'm not
and
talking out
stuff.
of experience. I'm just saying in general.
Yes.
Oh, I'm talking out of experience. The only bullies I had in middle school were girls.
Bro, I was no.
It's
I
true.
actually never. I've never
They call
been.
me ugly so often.
Sorry, bro. You had to go up. It's fine.
All right.
So I'm 1 for 3.
Dude, I found out the other day that my mum used to get bullied and then she punched her bully in the face. My mum.
Good work.
Claire, his mom is small too.
Yeah.
She's like
Good
what,
work.
like 5'2", 5'3"?
Yeah, 5'2", yeah.
I have a story where I was freshman year in high school, and I was told, if anybody ever tries to bully you, like cut it right away, right?
Yeah.
And this kid, I shot a basketball and made it, and he grabbed the basketball, and I was like, where's my change?
Change, right? Yeah.
I shot it from the 3-point line. He's like, no range, no change. And like he was like face to face with me. He
Yeah.
wasn't like trying to like fight me or anything.
Yeah.
But me misunderstanding like what my dad told me, I just punched the kid straight in the face. And he's like, "You just punched me."
But did he ever bully you again?
No.
That's what it's
Or
about.
did he even bully you in the first place?
Yeah, that's the question.
Brant just took it the wrong way.
That's the question. So,
I
Dad,
feel-
you told me.
I feel like I was never like bullied in that way. I think in high school, like people just came after me in general.
Yeah.
They just didn't.
You
like
can't
it.
get bullied unless you claim it as bullying. Somebody can say something to you, and you like
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
I mean, kinda.
you would have to give
Yeah.
it valor. You'd have to give it a meaning.
That was
and let it.
Yeah, there was one bully that I had that my dad hated so much that he threatened to hang him over the freeway by his ankles.
All right.
my dad gets so intense when anything happens to his kid, so he was like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna kill this guy."
Okay.
That's how parents are.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Protect
I'm
the
gonna
babies.
unalive this guy. I
Yeah,
forgot we're
yeah,
on the
yeah.
internet right now.
unalive. 95% of all teenagers indicate that having free time is the most important core value.
Oh,
We're thinking about ourselves. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're talking about ourselves.
90. That's a huge stat.
So big stat.
95%.
Is what?
95% of all teenagers indicate that having free time is the most important core value.
the most important.
Who's asking these interviewers?
The U.S. consensus,
Because,
right?
bro, like, we want to sound smart to them, but, like...
Oh, I don't know. 95%.
I'm going to say cap. I mean, stat. This is all Brant smirk. He just went...
Yeah.
Free time. Would I say free time is the most important core value?
It depends what you're doing with your free time. That's where my mind goes.
I'd probably say quality time, but I don't know if I'd say free time.
So what are you going? Stat or cap?
Wait, is it just teenagers or is there a certain age?
All teenagers.
Okay. A lot of people are in high school. A lot of people have jobs. I feel stat.
Stat.
Yes. Did you go cap?
Yeah.
He said both, so we'll give him half a point for that.
Okay, so I'm at 5. I think I have 5 points.
The other examples.
No, you got one wrong. Are we on 6 or 5?
1, 2, 3, 4,
Just count some.
5, 6. We're on 6.
Okay, so I'm at 5
All
points.
right. I'm at 1.5. Let's not talk about it.
1.5.
All right. Compared to 2005, American teenagers in 2021 believed they are less likely to become rich and famous.
Oh, no. Gen Z has an ego boost, 100%.
Oh yeah, because you can get famous from
I'm saying
just
cap.
sitting in front of a computer.
I'm
That's
saying
cap.
confident cap.
Cap, yeah. If it's stat, I'm gonna be blown away.
Stat. 19% of teens in the U.S. believe that they 19% of teens in the U.S. believe they can become rich and famous, 12 percentage points less than what teenagers believed in 2005.
No way.
In 2005, more teenagers thought they could become rich and famous.
What?
That's not right. That's cap.
How?
Nah.
It's polarizing.
Bro,
That
but
is
being a part
crazy.
of this generation, that's why people hate on us, because we have egos.
Yeah?
And we
Yeah.
believe in ourselves. I mean, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's why I got the
Dude.
pod.
If you guys
That
asked
blows
all
my
your
mind.
friends, right now, would you become rich and famous?
That's actually a good question, though, because
I
don't
think
know.
they'd all agree that now will be the easiest time.
But is that the question?
I think
or
it's
is
more
would
extreme.
they?
I think it's more extreme one way or the other now. Like if you're really into, no, it's hard. Yeah, it's polarizing.
That
I
is
can't
a-
even make sense of it.
Would you have said cap or stat?
I would have said cap.
Yeah, me too.
100%. I would have said TikTok has definitely
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro.
made everybody think that they
Yeah.
could
TikTok,
do anything.
streaming, every like YouTube, everything.
Yeah. So, sorry, I wanted to like trick you guys, and I really did.
You did.
All right, TikTok. I know they're gonna come after me if I don't.
I unplugged my headphones as you spilled your water on you, so we're a mess.
Dude, that was the easiest win of my life.
Bro, you didn't win though. You didn't get them all right. You won against me. What does that
Got a
mean?
lot of water in the chin.
Bro, I can feel it.
Boys, you guys are great.
This is real and raw, bro.
Thank you. This
This is
fun.
real and raw, man. I'm a little jet lagged.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah, and then being homeless for a day.
That doesn't
Yeah.
help. I was in Florida in August, and I was like, so I've been to Australia. Only time I've gone to another country. My whole time growing up, I was like, I just want to go as far away as I can. Like, let's just go. And so I went with my mom. I surprised her for her birthday, bought her a ticket, and we went. And I was like, oh, the jet lag is going to hit like crazy. Didn't get a single jet lag. 17
Wow.
hours difference. Went to Florida in August. Zapped me for like 3 days.
Wow.
I don't know why. It's so weird.
That's crazy.
I heard that you're supposed to like put your feet on like grass and wherever you go to, and that's supposed to help like ground you.
Being
with the
grounded,
time.
yeah.
Like Zen stuff.
Didn't your mum get those shoes with like earth in her or like metal in her shoes that keep you grounded?
No.
She told my mum about that.
That is cap.
Yeah,
Cap.
she was at my house and she was like, "Yeah, I got the new shoes with like the metals
Well,
with like
I know my
aluminum,
mom's
so
shoe
it like
collection.
keeps you grounded."
I bought like half my mom's shoes. That's not a thing.
Who is
or
that?
she doesn't
then?
have that.
Yeah, I've never been out of the country either.
Boys, you guys are amazing.
Some people are gonna take that serious.
Yeah, people aren't gonna realize it. People are. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm clearly not from America.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Did you
The
catch-
accent's beautiful, by the way.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate
love
that.
it.
I appreciate that.
It's funny. Certain things, the accent comes out weird. We're getting off the plane, and like when he talks to elderly women, he like this accent comes out. What did you say? You're like after you.
I was like after you, and
it was not like that, bro. You went high pitch for a second.
I don't go high pitched.
When you
Did I go
first
high pitched? Really?
when you first met your girlfriend, was the accent like a firm like? Does she love the accent?
Yeah, she loves it.
She loves it.
She loves it.
Can you amp it up a little bit?
I mean, it's weird. I don't control it. In certain instances, it sounds a lot less. Like when I'm just with my friends, apparently it's a lot less. But they say it's a lot less
Well,
probably
have
because they're
them
so used to it.
Have them say aluminum.
Go ahead.
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
I mean, that's just how we say it. I honestly,
That was on that-
I've become the type of English person. I'm not ashamed to admit this. I've lived here for 10 years. I just say aluminum now.
Yeah.
You
Because
switched it up.
people get mad at me. Like, dude, in a clip we posted on Shorts.
Wow,
some
it
cop
sounds like
car
we
is
have some
going,
sound effects.
Yeah, guys, I gotta get out of here because I didn't tell you guys.
They found about.
I unalived a lot of. When I was homeless.
Yeah, the streets got to you.
They found out about a second podcast. Now he's done.
We posted a clip where I said soccer instead of football. Every British person who followed us came for my throat.
No.
They're like, "Oh, you've been like Yankee washed." And I'm like, "Come on! I said one thing. I've lived here for 10 years. Can you give me some
That also
grace?"
sounds
Yeah.
like the least disrespectful thing anyone could ever say. Like that doesn't sound
What,
like
Yankee washed?
That doesn't sound like bad.
Sounds pretty hurtful to me. I don't.
It sounds stupid, bro. To me, I'm like Yankee wash. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's because you are Yankee Wash.
Yeah, exactly. You are Yank.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
What's does spaz really mean what
Yeah.
the internet is making it out to be
Yeah.
over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think do you think we shouldn't say it here now?
No, I think it's fine.
Okay.
I think in England, swearing is a lot less, or it's a lot more common, just like everywhere.
Gotcha.
So I feel like a lot of people say it more. It doesn't really make a difference.
Heard. Because I hate that word, man.
Really?
No.
I was like, I
I
don't know
never
why you'd
really
have any
used it.
reason to hate it.
I don't.
I never
use that
used it
word.
until I saw the Instagram post where it was like, blah, 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 getting canceled because of this. And
I
all
actually have
that.
no idea what you guys are talking about.
Spaz is like
Spaz.
someone like on
Yeah,
the
you guys
special needs spectrum.
don't have my For You page, so it's different.
I don't think anybody has your For You page.
Have you guys seen that one TikTok guy where he can float in the air and he spins around and
Yes, I've
he
seen
answers
that.
questions on the street?
I've seen that guy.
Never.
Because everyone's like, oh, it's that
Not
thing
on
where
your
he's
For You
got
page?
like
No.
he's got like the pole up his arm and like a little chair, but then he proves that he doesn't have that. I'm like, what?
You know what's hilarious?
What?
As I just made that up.
No, I swear to
you're
you, that's a
right.
real thing. No,
And
that's a
you're right,
real
though.
thing, dude. It's
but
real.
You're right. I've seen it. He
Yes.
has the bar.
No,
Yeah.
dude. I thought no. I am not one of the people. Dude, I can look it up.
No.
There's this street performer who like he holds this cane and he just floats.
That discredits your win in that game.
No, I've seen
earlier.
the cane guy though.
Yeah,
But
no,
you
it's
d-
real.
but
It's
you did
completely
make that
real.
thing
Have
up.
you seen it?
Yes, I did.
He'll hold a cane and it looks like he's floating.
You know what's so funny? For a split second, I was gonna be like, yeah, I've seen that, but I didn't.
Dude, I didn't know you were trying to poke me because I've seen
wasn't.
it for real.
I don't know where I was going with that, but there's a TikTok guy for everything.
There is
Yes.
a TikTok guy.
Yeah,
Have you seen that TikTok guy who just like unalives dogs?
no, I haven't.
Oh,
Is
No,
there
it's
one
Not real. It's not real.
like a euthanizer?
oh,
I mean,
that's-
that
I guess
would-
it's medically
I hope
okay
not.
when they're like sick.
my dog died 9 days after I got it.
Rip Milo. Saddest thing ever.
My family.
Recently?
Yeah, this happened in May. My family, like my dad's dog, he's always wanted to get. Well, we can't be laughing off camera about this.
Everest is laughing.
He's
No.
dying laughing.
So my dad's dream dog was an American Bulldog, and so we decided we're like, yep, we're gonna pull the trigger. We got it.
The most beautiful
Hold the
dog on
trigger.
earth.
What are you talking
pun
about?
intended.
What did you guys do to this dog?
So we get it. Great dog. The breeder, like we got all the fact check. You know, we were smart about it. It's like a $3,000 dog. Get it home. The dog's great for like 4 days. I was on like dad duty with the dog. Then we go to Reno for like a family thing, whatever. And we're in the hotel room, and all of a sudden the dog is like having issues. Like it is like barely breathing, not eating. And my parents like, oh, it's like a puppy. It's probably just like has a little cold. And so my dad ended up was all night up with the dog, and the dog was just getting like skinnier and skinnier. Because like when it's a puppy, like if they don't eat for a day, you can
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah.
Took him into the vet out of state, and like you know there's a thing called puppy insurance,
No.
so you can get it for your dog. And like we
That
were-
sounds like a California thing.
yeah, but apparently they don't have it in Nevada where we were, and so we
Oh.
went to the vet, and like the bill's just racking up because you know they're running all these tests, and then the next morning they call the hotel room, and my dad's like, yeah, like they told him like, yeah, the dog's all good, you guys can like come pick him up. We're packing our bags to leave the trip. They call again. They're like, you guys have about 15 minutes. Your dog's not gonna make it. Just straight up told us, and I was like, what? And so we went. Sure enough, they had to put the dog down. It was born with a enlarged esophagus. So essentially, the esophagus was growing faster than the body, and so it wasn't able to eat.
And the breeder didn't tell you that.
No, the breeder didn't tell us.
Wow.
So funny story. My dad called up the breeder. He's like, "Hey, dog just died. It's been 9 days. We need a full refund because they have a 30-day guarantee." The guy's like, "No, I'm not going to give you that." My dad's like, "All right, we'll sue." the money was wired within minutes.
That's
Dude, just
smart.
threaten to sue, and then you'll get what you want.
Yeah, it was bad, bro. It was terrible. I hate it. I
Yeah.
love that dog. R.I.P. Milo.
Milo.
I just
Beautiful.
I don't know what to do when I like sue. When I say that, what's the following? Like, what do? I
When you
go
say
call
you're
my
gonna
lawyer
sue?
and then
Yeah.
Bro,
is there
yeah.
like a paper document?
There's
Or-
like, you can just look like, I don't know.
I'll say that I want to sue someone, but I have no idea how
Yeah.
to sue someone. So what
I
am I
will
gonna
sue
say?
you. How do you do that? I don't know.
Bro, don't ask
There's a
about that.
TikTok
We're just
guy.
going to do it. Okay.
Yeah, there's a TikTok guy who will teach me how to sue someone.
Well, boys, you guys are amazing.
Thank you.
I appreciate meeting in LA, and you guys
Yeah.
have a huge episode today as well,
Yeah,
right?
later
We do.
this day. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
going to drop before or after this. We have Dizzy Dill on the Juvy pod.
That's amazing.
It's going to be big, bro.
I'm excited to see it.
Mhm.
I'll be around here. Maybe grab some acai or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Nice.
Is it pronounced acai?
Yeah.
Why?
I-
I'm so nervous to say it every
Bro,
time.
same. And so I just say it fast, and I hope no one
Yeah.
hears
No, it is.
Acai.
It's
I'm like,
acai.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I say acai.
It is. That's
But I've
what
also heard like akaya.
people say akaya because they're not cultured.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
I heard a big YouTuber say akaya recently, and I was like, I don't know whether to comment or just
Just
like, am I saying it wrong? Or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you boys are amazing, and I appreciate you guys coming on.
Thank you, bro. We
And,
appreciate you making this all happen. It
Yeah.
takes a lot of work for all you guys listening and watching. It's not as easy as it
Yeah.
looks. We don't just show up here and record.
For sure. Well, the Juvy boys, go check them out at a theater near you.
Do
Theater
it.
meaning your iPad or your YouTube.
All the, yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yep.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Of course.
That was so fun.
How long was that?
That was 3 hours.
Can you imagine? That was great. Yeah.
You killed it. You're a good host.